Hi, I'm Chuck Colson with this week's 2-Minute Warning. It's not exactly news these days that folks are fed up with politics, alarmed by the growth of government, rightly terrified of the nation's budget deficit, fed up with politicians who promise change and then give us more of the same. But where should we focus our frustration? Certainly not the institution of government. Remember, government serves an important biblical purpose, preserving order, doing justice. Without government, you get chaos. What we're really angry at are the excesses we see in government. Government spending, government waste, government intrusiveness. But who's to blame? Well, look in the mirror. In a democracy, for better or worse, we get the government we deserve. Everybody's screaming for the government to cut spending, cut wasteful programs. The problem is that people are all for cutting those programs so long as they're not their program. Just last week, I read of a newly elected member of Congress, Tea Party candidate, who wouldn't commit when asked on television whether she'd cut farm subsidies. Why not? Well, I can't say for sure, but it's interesting that her family actually receives substantial farm subsidies. Now, I shouldn't single out farm subsidies. The question is, will Republicans and politicians in general have the nerve to make cuts in education, in medical research, law enforcement, transportation? What about Medicare and Social Security? So long as the American people cling to their entitlement mentality, so long as we're always demanding something for ourselves, the politicians will be happy to oblige. That's the key to power. Government will continue to be wasteful and corrupt, but we're the ones corrupting it. We got to straighten out our own lives. Remember, politics is nothing but an expression of culture. Culture is created by the cult. That's the belief system, the church. So if our politics are sick, it means we're sick. We got to get a hold of ourselves. We've got to recapture what was once the great Republican virtue of our country, civic duty. The 19th century French writer Alexis de Tocqueville marveled at the self-reliance of the American people, how they banded together with their neighbors to care for their communities. They took it upon themselves to build schools and hospitals to care for the poor. Tocqueville once remarked that there weren't 10 men in all of France who do what Americans do routinely every day. I truly believe the only antidote to our entitlement mentality is for the American people to embrace that spirit of civic duty and individual responsibility. This is one of the reasons why Princeton professor Robbie George and I have filmed a brand new video series moderated by Britt Hume. It's on the restoration of ethics. It's called Doing the Right Thing, and we'll be releasing it shortly. You can get more information on doing the right thing here at colsoncenter.org. Let me just close with this. The kind of renewal of civic duty I'm talking about has to start with the church. Are we ready to assume responsibility for our own actions, to take care of our neighbors? Are we ready to back away from the government trough, to model ethical, moral behavior in our private and public lives, and to inculcate the Christian virtues of self-denial, paying our bills, prudence, delayed gratification? For the sake of our republic, I fervently pray so. I'm Chuck Colson. That's this week's 2-Minute Warning.